Welcome! So today we are going to test 4 of our latest flagship, the Oppo, the Apple, the Vivo and the Huawei Pura that is already set up on our lab. From mixed lighting to multicolored lighting conditions, we're going to see how this device performs in controlled and repeatable conditions. Mixed lighting. Just think, for example, about indoor, with a bit of daylight, some wire bulbs, some LED lightings. And so all of these lighting systems are very challenging for the smartphones to actually manage. So they have all different color temperature, and the device has to balance all of them to produce some kind of natural rendering for the users. So you can already see some of the results here with some differences in terms of white balance and color accuracy, but you will see the full breakdown of the results that we have from our lab testing at the end of the video. So even more challenging than mixed lighting, we have multicolor lighting. So basically you can imagine, for example, bar scenarios or nightlife where you have some strong colored LED-based system, and these scenarios are very difficult to manage for the smartphones. So often the difficulty is that they don't have any reference of what should be the right colors in this type of environments, and we can see a lot of inaccuracy even on the latest flagships that we are testing. So actually, among the 4 flagships that we are testing, 3 of them, the Huawei, the Oppo and the Vivo, have added a multispectral sensor to try to get some more information on the light source from the scene and to be able to produce more natural color on the final image. So now let's move on to the video part, because lighting challenging is not only spectral but also temporal. So if you have shot in some mall or things like this, it might have happened that you have some bending visible on your devices when shooting a video. And this is flickering. You cannot see it with your eyes, but your camera can actually see it. And today we have more and more lighting systems that are LED based. And this kind of light source are responsible for flickering. Flickering is an effect that is visible on most of the devices today, and they have very few solutions to cancel it. But we have one device that actually adds an additional hardware feature, the variable aperture, that enables to have more flexibility in how to actually capture the light from the scenes. So you can control the amount of light thanks to the variable aperture, and then you can adapt your exposure time. And with this combination of configurations that you can choose, you can then find the right solution to avoid the flickering that is visible on the video. So now let's move on with the results. We have the Apple iPhone 70 Pro. So this device do not have any multispectral sensor embedded. From our testing, we can see that it can actually struggle to identify well the light source in the scene, and it often produces some very warm rendering, or at the contrary, trying to balance a bit too much some elements in the scenes. So at the end, if you have a complex environment, you can often end up with some part of the image that are not well rendered. So we have also tested the Oppo Find X9 Ultra, and this smartphone is going for a slightly more conservative approach. So basically, usually it provides something that is very balanced in terms of exposure, especially for portrait, where the face is not too bright, but still stands out. So here is the Vivo X300 Ultra. What we can see is that it usually provides a very high brightness on the face to make sure that the portrait stands out in the image. This device is also included a multispectral sensor, but from what we can see, it does not always benefit to the final image. Because having a multispectral sensor is not all, it has to be well tuned, and you need to have the whole software solution that follows to be able to truly use all the information that is brought with this kind of additional hardware pieces. So finally, here are the results for the Huawei Pura 80 Ultra. So this device actually uses high resolution multispectral sensor for several generations, and we can definitely see the impact of such technologies on the final image. So in complex lighting environments, it is usually able to locally manage its white balance to reproduce well the elements that are illuminated by colder light source and the luminance that are illuminated by warmer light source. Thanks to its variable aperture, it is also able to cancel the kind of flickering effect that we have mentioned. So from these results, you can see that there are actually some challenges that are remaining for the smartphone photography. So thank you very much for watching this video, and stay tuned for more tests and results by DXOMARK.